Oh, good evening. Good to see you all. Welcome to a special broadcast for Shore Hope Church family and for friends and those who look in and join with us on the online services, etc. Good to see you all this evening. I pray you've had a great Christmas, and we're now in that in-betwixt time between Christmas and New Year. And of course, here I am tonight, bringing a broadcast to you as a church, because obviously the news today was being pretty serious. Even from the early hours this morning, I felt I knew immediately what we needed to do. And as the news reports have increased during the day, it has actually just confirmed my decision. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. First of all, I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been involved in what the church has achieved over the Christmas period, particularly with the Christmas meals that were sent out. Over 500 meals sent out into the local community and, of course, to the church family. And without a scrap of waste, all 15 turkeys we used up, every last piece of meat, and all the veg, all the potatoes, nothing left over. I think that is truly remarkable. But thank you so much to all of you who were involved in not just the cooking of the food and the serving of it into the containers and the organising of it all, but also in the delivering of it. In some quite strange and unusual weather, environments, etc. It was quite extraordinary for so many people to get involved and do such a wonderful job, and really for Shore Hope Church to be central to what was quite a mammoth effort in the meeting of the need in the locality of the church. With the council and social services phoning us, contacting us, giving us names of people who needed help, etc. You know, Shore Hope Church is on the map, and it's our responsibility now, in and through that, to make sure that we make Jesus known. Of course, the wonderful thing is that the December brochures being delivered into all these different households. And, you know, I'm expecting that we will be hearing in the coming months and seeing results from the seeds that have been sown. It's been a wonderful effort. So thank you so much to all of you who got involved and were so willing to help. An absolutely mammoth task which was so wonderfully fulfilled and achieved. Brilliant. And now we come to this this time where the corona crisis in the UK has reached new heights. As I say, this morning I felt very strongly as I was considering what we were going to do, that the Lord was putting on my mind and heart that we should go back to having services online. The seriousness of the situation then became apparent during the day as I've been listening to news reports, and again this evening now with record numbers of people contracting coronavirus, and of course with the increased in numbers and the hospitals under so much strain, and the huge debates going on in government. So it's our decision that we should go back to services online for at least January. This is for the protection of our faithful members and those who come to the services and come to Shore Hope Church. You know, we must be seen to be leading by example. There are some dreadful examples, people misbehaving, ignoring the rules, and the costs to the country are now becoming incredibly high. Yes, in death toll, first of all, as tragically, even on Christmas Day, the total number of those died has topped 70,000. through this pandemic, and still rising significantly, and it would seem, sadly, would rise even more steadily over the coming weeks. Now, we cannot ignore the fact that the situation is more serious now than it was back in April, especially in Wales. We see that the hospitals are under incredible pressure, and we need to be praying for the staff who are absolutely exhausted. And we need to be leading by example, doing the right thing, not just saying it, but doing it. We need to be, the advice is for people to stay at home unless they have to leave for exceptional, very real, significant reasons. And really, it's important for us to follow that. Yes, churches may well still be able to open at this time, but we have some very cold weather to contend with just at the moment. We know what problems that caused just a few weeks ago when Sunday service was too cold, and the concerns of people catching a chill, etc. But to try and fulfill the airflow restrictions and requirements for the COVID-19, we cannot be meeting in a very cold building in the coming weeks, and also putting everybody at risk. That really is not wise, and it's not right. So we mustn't do it. We have become fairly well proficient at putting together services online, so we will go back to that for January at least, and we will reassess the situation at the end of the month. I know it's going to be a disappointment for some, and I know you feel that we should be meeting together in church. Like the government, we cannot possibly please everybody all the time, but we are trying to do what is right, and it's important that we are leading by example, and making sure that by all means we possibly can, we continue to meeting online together separately in our homes, which sounds so strange, doesn't it? But we must do what needs to be done. We need to be praying for the government, for Boris Johnson, and for his cabinet, and for Sage and those who are advising the government. We need to pray for the Welsh government, Mark Drakeford, and those who are making decisions for Wales, particularly with regards to the school children. These are very, very serious times now. They have to make the right decisions for the right reasons. We need to be praying for them, because that's what we're told to do. Not see that they're trying to act against us or trying to close us. They are not. I emphatically say they are not trying to close us down. They are trying to keep us safe, and they are trying their best to do what is right. And we mustn't try to undermine or shirk on our responsibilities. These are tough times. They are indeed tough times. But we know that the vaccine and vaccines, we trust in the next few days, the Oxford one will be authorised as well. And so as the older population are vaccinated through the coming months, and those who are vulnerable, so come the spring, we trust in and then believing that a new day will dawn. And 2021 will be a year that we see some recovery. It's going to be long, it's going to be hard, but we need to be praying. Praying more than ever for those who are in government and have authority over us. This is going to be a difficult winter. Pray for the NHS and all the staff, the doctors and nurses who are exhausted already with an increasing workload by the day, by the moment. Even tonight we're hearing that some hospitals are having to treat patients in the ambulances. This is going to put continued strain, so we must play our part. Have a look at Psalm 42 tonight and see that, yes, as the deer pants for the water, so our hearts pant after God. We long to be back in his presence. The psalmist says that he looks back and he remembers the days when he led the procession. It led into the worship and how wonderful that was. And we look forward, and boy, are we going to have a praise party when this is all over. But while the taunts come, where is your God in all this? See what he says right at the end. He says, why am I discouraged? Why is my heart so sad? I will put my hope in God. I will praise him again, my Saviour and my God. So as we come to this new season, a new year, we go into a new year which will be so different. I pray that people will behave themselves and that there won't be all the hysterical parties and gatherings together, that people will realise the seriousness of the day. But we come into a new year with a renewed sense of putting our trust and our hope in God. I will start again to have the daily devotions, digging deeper, because that's what we need to do. Digging deeper, not into ourselves and our own strength and ingenuity, but digging deeper into God. Pray that you'll join with me, engage with me, share the post, share the teachings, that you encourage those who are struggling, and people are struggling at the moment. I understand that it's not easy. So please be aware that we're trying to do the right thing for all the right reasons. Join with us, and we'll continue in the new year with the Bible study on Wednesday nights, the prayer meetings on Zoom as well. And we start again in the new year, chair aerobics, and I think there's going to be a weight watching slimming class. Don't know what quite to call it. That's going to be starting as well for all of us who've eaten too much over Christmas. But particularly the Sunday services will be back online, available online, and also the daily broadcast. So pray for me as well, Christelle. Obviously, Christelle is shielding again and really not leaving the house at all at this time. We realise there's lots of people who are very much in a vulnerable position, and this has been a very long 12 months. But we trust in God. We put our trust and hope in him. Okay? Why are we discouraged? Come on. We're not discouraged. We see that all things are in his hand and in his control, and we look to him today. Thank you for your support over the last 12 months. It's been a tough one, but we look to him tonight because he has the future. We know he lives. My life is worth the living just because he lives. Thank you, and pray that you'll have a good time together in the coming days as we join together separately in our worship. And soon come the day when we're able to come together in the building that we know as Sure Hope Church. Lots of changes, lots of things all the time that would try to cause us to lose our peace and cause us to question. But read Psalm 42 today and see, even when we're being accused of all sorts, we're doing what we know to be right, because we're looking with our hope and our trust in God. God bless you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.